He knocked me over. I landed on the dog bowl.
Hypocrisy on your TV. Warning! Bullshit ahead! Yes. Incoming bullshit. Tsunami alert for word salad. Hypocrisy on high alert. Unfortunately, America, you're the ones that are going to be subjected to it, because the Duchess of Delusion and the Prince of Pink Pancakes have decided that it's time for you to receive a healthy dose of their sanctimonious bollocks. This dreary duo, the gruesome twosome, never tire of trying to tell the world how it should conduct itself. A combination of the attempt to remain relevant, and naturally for this one's wife, part of her facade management, as she wants you all to do as she tells you to. So, for example, save the environment, but she'll get in a private jet. Harry, the simpleton, joins in with this because he thinks it makes things matter. He thinks that it's important, and of course this one's wife tells him what to do. But unfortunately for you, denizens of the United States, good Americans, you're going to be subjected to a healthy dose of hypocrisy coming straight at you on your television sets this forthcoming Sunday. Courtesy of CBS, there is an interview taking place with the gruesome twosome. Gird your loins, prepare yourself for the grating tones of this one's wife, which is more than enough in just the 30 seconds or so that she speaks for, with Harold's meaningless interjection also. Think you can stomach some of it? Okay, well, brace yourself. Here's a piece for you.
Our kids are young. They're 3 and 5. They're amazing. But all you want to do as parents is protect them. And so as we can see what's happening in the online space, we know that there's a lot of work to be done there, and we're just happy to be able to be a part of change for good.
That when your children ask for help, someone, is there to give it.
If you know how to help.
Thank you.
At this point, we've got to the stage where almost every parent needs to be a first responder. And even the best first responders in the world wouldn't be able to tell the signs of possible suicide. That is the terrifying piece of this.
You are, and I are.
There you are. Unpleasant to watch, really, wasn't it? Those breathy, vocal fry tones of this one's wife and the meaningless interjection from the Prince of Pink Pancakes. You are going to be subjected to a load of sanctimonious nonsense. As you'll have gathered, the gist of it is to talk about protecting children online and dealing with online bullying from the world's biggest experts, this one's wife and this one. This was an advertisement that appeared on social media providing you with a clip of what you can look forward to, in inverted commas, this forthcoming Sunday. So those of you in the United States, I would suggest that you make alternative arrangements to ensure that you're busy on Sunday morning. Once again, we are subjected to this one's wife spouting her beige word salad, meaningless fridge magnet platitudes even in that short clip. An oversized man hand chopping the air as she attempts to emphasize the point that she's making, with Harold chipping in what he believes is a hopeful and helpful manner. First of all, what is their precise expertise? Do they run an institute that monitors and surveils online bullying? Have they established some kind of online presence that monitors interaction with children? Have they commissioned meaningful research into the interaction of children online and the extent and nature of online bullying? Have they undertaken degrees in relation to dealing with cyberbullying or something similar? No, they haven't. Naturally, They're perfectly entitled to express an opinion about these matters, like anybody else is. But one has to question, what's the foundation of this opinion? Is it well-founded? These two aren't exactly bright. Furthermore, they sit there, casting judgment and issuing pronouncements about it all as if they are experts, and they're not. They just happen to have titles, and therefore the relevant publicist has managed to get them an interview. I anticipate, of course, that it will just demonstrate their superficiality all the more. But the first point about all of this is, they are not experts, they have no expertise. Why should they be afforded any kind of platform? Secondly, I thought she didn't bother with social media. So what experience has she got in relation to talking about online bullying and protecting children online? If she doesn't bother with it, how does she know that what goes on it? Naturally, we know that this is the hypocrisy again, whereby she claims that she doesn't bother with social media, but all of the behaviours and PR puff pieces that one refers to demonstrate that she clearly dives into social media, seeing what's stated about her, and, as I've explained to you before, by virtue of the fact that she's a narcissist, she can't help herself but want to know what's being said about her, good and bad. Furthermore, they claim that it's there to protect their children. The children, to the extent that you accept they exist, are 5 and 3. They shouldn't even be online. So what's there to protect in that respect? Their children should be running around in the fresh air, going to the beach, climbing trees. All that kind of malarkey. Maybe they might watch some programs that come through YouTube, Peppa Pig and such like, Fireman Sam or whatever it is, but they're not actually going to be interacting online. They're far too young, and presumably if they're responsible parents, they simply wouldn't let them near the internet. Thirdly, this, of course, is part of their campaign to silence people under the auspices of supposedly caring. The pair of them, and particularly this one's wife, can't stand to be criticised. And it's the online environment where much of that criticism rests. Although criticism does take its form in mainstream media, there are certain subjects that the mainstream media don't touch, for reasons that I've explained previously. It's within social media that the meatier topics are addressed, the harder questions are posed. Yes, there's a lot of nonsense that's written there as well, but amidst all of that, there are key findings that are made by certain individuals that are indefatigable with regard to their investigative chops as they dig up the evidence and follow it. This one's wife cannot stand that. She has a past. All narcissists do, and she doesn't want people unearthing it. And therefore, part of the plan, pursuant to advice, is to make it seem like she cares about the online environment for children when in actual fact it's just facade management. It's being done so that they can silence people, because silence means that she can assert control and nullify those threats to control. And with her, there are many of them online. Furthermore, her hypocrisy and his hypocrisy is writ large. When were they speaking out about when Catherine was subjected to some disgusting bullying online? There was complete silence, and yet here they are, trotted out in some studio to wank on about wanting to protect people online and how they take against online bullying and something must be done, yet they said nothing when their sister-in-law was being subjected to the most horrendous speculation and disgusting comments about her. Yes, silence then, for reasons I've explained to you elsewhere, that it suited this one's wife to remain silent. And yet, weeks later, when it's died down, along she comes, crapping on about online safety and dealing with online bullying. No doubt she will probably reference her own experiences and talk about how horrible it's been towards her. Furthermore, where were they regarding the behaviour of the Sussex Squad more generally, not just in relation to Catherine's recent cancer issues, but with regard to that group's behaviours? Dan Wooten has identified how the Sussex Squad are the cyberbully attack dogs that are utilised by the Sussexes. They have the worst reputation amongst online groups for their nastiness, the way that they go after people, doxing individuals, this hatred and vitriol that they spout, and yet not once has this one's wife ever condemned their activities or issued a plea for them to rein it in. Naturally, she allows it to happen because it suits her purposes, and because she has no emotional empathy, she does not give a shit about who it affects. Furthermore, because they attack her detractors, she will encourage it. She wants it to be done because it helps her nullify those threats to control. Their hypocrisy stinks. As always, this interview enables this one's wife to assert control over an audience and enables her to manage that facade, to make it look like she actually cares about people, that she actually cares about the children, that she doesn't want people to be bullied online. But nobody will be buying it. Nobody will be buying it because they recognise that she is an unpleasant individual. They will recognise that she is somebody who has caused so many problems for so many people in an online environment, and they're simply not going to buy it. Furthermore, she's unpopular and unlikable. What has been the reaction to this video, which has been out for a couple of hours? Well, it's appeared on Facebook and probably other places also. But comments on Facebook range from, why have their children been harmed by being online? They are 5 and 3 years old. What could they possibly bring to the table? Another, how are these two the authority on anything? Go away. Didn't they want to be left alone? What is CBS giving these two grifters the time of day for? I love the way, remarks somebody sarcastically, they have chosen to stay out of the public eye. Somebody asks, why do you even give them this space? Another, please start doing something different, not interviewing the same old celebrities. So much for wanting privacy. Another, why waste more airtime on them? Way to keep it private. Hard pass. One of my favourite shows, but won't be watching it on Sunday, writes another. What do they personally know about this subject? Nothing. Another writes, them again? Nope. Another, sorry, but she should have 0 title. Another writes, who cares about these two? What makes them experts? There's a couple of 100 comments so far, and save for maybe less than a dozen that suggest that they're trying to do a good thing in relation to online bullying, who clearly don't understand what this one's wife is about, the majority are simply saying, I'm not going to watch, why bother with these two? This used to be a good programme, why are you involving them? This one's wife and Harry at it again, preaching about subjects they know nothing about, taking the moral high ground whilst demonstrating that they are a pair of rampant hypocrites, and they're coming on your TV very soon. I'm HG Tudor. Thank you for listening.